Should the Knicks fire Tom Thibodeau? This is probably the most left comment, or at least something referencing this under each and every single one of my videos. So I did what any other content creator would do in this situation. I ran a poll, and I ran a poll on a number of different platforms, including YouTube. I wanted to get a vibe check of the community to understand who was with Tom Thibodeau and who was against Tom Thibodeau. And I gotta say, the results, at least in my opinion, were shocking. We're also going to break down some of your comments that you left on that poll. Some of you were for Tom Thibodeau, and you explained why. Others were not for Tom Thibodeau, and you guys explained why. So I want to get to your comments and react to those as well, too. This is going to be a little bit of a different type of video that we do on this channel. If you like videos like this, make sure you let me know about that in the comments below, because once you tell me that, I'll be able to do more videos like this. Without further ado, let's get started and take a look at the shocking poll results. Should Tom Thibodeau be fired? Poll results revealed. I asked a direct question to the community. Should Tom Thibodeau be fired? Yes or no? And the results I got back were pretty shocking. Let's break down exactly what those poll results say. As you can see here, the question was, should the Knicks fire Tom Thibodeau? And we had 1.4K votes in this poll. And according to you guys, 25% of you said yes, you should fire Tom Thibodeau. And 75%, for me, that was shocking. 75% of you said no, you do not want Tom Thibodeau fired by the Knicks. Now, maybe it's just me because I read all of the comments underneath my videos, but I thought that poll was going to be a lot closer than it was. Only 25% of the community want Tom Thibodeau fired. A whopping 75% of you do not want to see Tom Thibodeau fired. And I can speak on behalf of all the other platforms that I ran this poll on. It's more or less the same. A lot of fans do not want to see Tom Thibodeau fired. They would rather see the Knicks retain him and see him help the Knicks win a championship. But don't take it from me. Listen to the comments that we got on that poll and why some people want to keep Thibs and why some people want to fire Tom Thibodeau. Shout out to Agent Super Argo 5023 for giving us the following comment. Knicks fans have never seen this team be so good in an extremely long time. Thibs is the guru. Guru? I wouldn't say guru. I do agree. We haven't seen a Knicks team this good, this competitive in a very long time. However, we all understand we have weaknesses. We all see it. I wouldn't consider Tom Thibodeau a guru if we have so many weaknesses. But I understand what you're saying. It's been a very long time since we've seen a head coach like Tom Thibodeau come in and lead this Knicks team to success like he has done. So I do understand where you're coming from. Let's get to the next comment. So we have two comments here, one from David Katz and the other one from Joel Victoria. Let's see what they both have to say. According to David, not a chance should he or would he ever get fired before the end of the season. A rookie got 33 minutes. Deuce got good minutes and many others. Brunson only played 23 minutes. This may work out if the formula with Mitch that will make or break us. He is needed on this team, and the minutes, I believe, will start to come to other players more often. David, I understand your comment. I appreciate what you're saying. But to be realistic, we've seen a lot of players added to this team and not really be used. We've seen Tom Thibodeau really go with an 8-man rotation, sometimes a 9-man rotation, but the minutes don't really get to the place that we want to see. If that happened, I don't think the minutes police would be as loud about all of the starters playing as many minutes as they have been. We also have to keep things in perspective. If you're looking at the league right now, this current season, the Knicks have 3 players in the top 10 of most minutes played this season. Number 1, Mikal Bridges. Number 2, Josh Hart. And number 6, Jalen Brunson. Who controls that? Tom Thibodeau. According to Joel, taking the opposite approach here, he says, so many fans are blindsided by wins and seeding. Thibs has 0 offensive schemes, lacks flexibility, doesn't adjust, doesn't trust young players, horrible minutes management, thinks Brunson is taller than what he is, misuses guys like Bridges. I could keep going on for days. My goodness. Joel has a vendetta. A lot of different issues with Tom Thibodeau. Listen, personally, I can understand what you're saying because a lot of the things you've been saying, I've said in a number of different videos. Maybe not all at the exact same time like you are, but across different videos, I absolutely have said that. But I also have said Tom Thibodeau has made adjustments. He has changed, but I will admit sometimes he takes a very long time to make a change that we all know he should have made a very long time ago. I will admit that. But let's continue here. We heard a lot of the good. We heard some of the bad. Let's continue here with some more of the good. Why people want to keep Tom Thibodeau as part of this team. According to Mon, he says, do you have anyone in mind to replace him? You see, this is more of where I'm coming from because I have a lot of issues with Tom Thibodeau. I know I do, but I also recognize the things he does well. And I also understand if I say fire Thibs, I then have to say who's going to replace him, who's going to take his spot. And once we get there, I can't name anybody because nobody is available. Let me say that again. Nobody is available that makes sense to give up on Tom Thibodeau for and get that new coach on this team because we have no idea if that new coach will be able to get the same level of impact or play from the Knicks or if they're going to get a lower level. Maybe they're not going to be able to connect with this Knicks team. We got to remember, Leon Rose basically gave Tom Thibodeau this team. Look at the roster. It's basically filled with players that fit Tom Thibodeau and the way he wants to play. And if you look at the issues the Knicks had last season, they addressed that by making a lot of major trades. Trades that helped this Knicks team go into championship contention. So that's exactly where I am. I understand why some people may want to fire Tom Thibodeau, but the next question is, who are you replacing him with? Gideon says, no, I wouldn't fire Thibs. Thibs is a two-time coach of the year. He made JB, Noah, Dang, D Rose, and Julius Randle all All-Stars. He transformed D Rose into a regular season MVP. Yes, Thibs flops in the playoffs with a 38-47 record, and his in-game adjustments are weird sometimes. He is a solid coach. He made New York go from a team that was stuck in the Bermuda Triangle to a playoff contender. I would not fire Thibs yet. The only time I would consider it if, let's say, we have a big lead late in the fourth and one of our starters go down with a long-term injury. Or if we are healthy and we go fishing in the first or second round, then maybe you fire Thibs. Unless that happens, I would keep Thibs for now. 3 Shield says, keep him. Yes, it's infuriating when he doesn't play a larger rotation and the starting lineup plays too many minutes. But a coach is judged by 2 things. 1, wins. Thibs wins. He helped bring a winning culture back to New York. 2, player confidence. His players are loyal and trust him. The Knicks need a better bench, and that's on the higher level management to get Thibs better players for the bench. Anil says, he is a great coach, coach of the year winner. He will get us there. And by there, I mean a chip. Thank you guys for those comments. Listen, I really do understand where you guys are coming from. I do want to caution, though. Sometimes when we look too much at the positivity, we will not remember, we'll forget, or we'll intentionally forget all of the weaknesses. I don't want that to happen. So to that end, we saw some of that good. Let's take a look at some of those negative comments against Tom Thibodeau and why some fans want to see him fired. John Doe says, some fans just see the record and the wins, but when are we going to raise our expectations, our outlook as an organization, or as fans of this organization? Knicks fans have gone some 50 plus years without a championship, and you are just satisfied with going to the playoffs? What does trying to make the Eastern Conference Finals? That's crazy, in my honest opinion. Coach Thibs is essentially playing only 7 players with the occasional 8th and 9th player only getting a few minutes. And you think that this team is going to go far in the playoffs just because Mitchell Robinson comes back? Y'all are delusional. Wow. John Doe with a very hot comment there. Steve Green says, I believe he doesn't have it to take them to a championship. He may be a good regular season coach, but he lacks trusting anybody beyond the starters and maybe 3 or more players. But burning out your starters to get you to the playoffs and they are burnt out, try something new before they are too old and worn down. James says, love Thibs, but he needs to learn to adjust in every area. Stop running the starters into the ground and play some of the rookies so we have fresh starters for the postseason. I'd give him one more season to get it together. The young coaches in the NBA are winning right now. I like Thibs, but nobody is safe. Thank you to everybody that voted on this poll, left a comment, and was able to make this video in regards to the comments that I was able to feature. Again, I wish I could feature each and every comment, but there was almost over, I think, 150 of them. I cannot feature each and every one of them. But if you like these type of videos, if you enjoy this type of content, if you want to get your comment read on videos like this, the only way to do that is when you see a poll come up, you vote on it, and you leave a comment immediately. And then if I see your comment and I feel like it's a good comment and it can fit the video I'm creating, I will definitely include it in that video. I hope you guys really enjoyed the breakdown of all the people in the community that like Tom Thibodeau and want to see him as part of this team, and those who do not like Tom Thibodeau, why they don't like him, and why they want to see him fired for another coach, maybe a younger coach. For me, in my closing thoughts here, all I got to say with Tom Thibodeau is I don't want to see him fired, but I want to see him make changes. The lack of changes is what bothers me the most. And the main one is the minutes and the expansion of the rotation. Once we get healthy, a fully healthy roster, he needs to play a 10-man rotation. That means 5 starters, 5 bench players. That means all of your starters are out, resting at the same time, and the bench is in there, stabilizing the offense, stabilizing the defense, you having trust in them to do that, so that way when the starters come in, they have fresh legs and they're able to contribute. That, for me, is my main and really only knock against Tom Thibodeau, and also the fact that he's very late at times to make the adjustments that we've all seen for weeks need to be made. Those are the only things for me with Tom Thibodeau. If he corrects that, I don't have any issues. Why would I? I agree with a lot of the comments. Tom Thibodeau helped build this culture. Look at the past few years for the Knicks. It's more winning than losing. And that means when you're watching the team, you have more hope. I love that. I love watching a season knowing we're not just going to tank. I remember Jeff Hornacek. I remember Coach David Fizdale. I remember all of these coaches, all of the times we had to go through, all of those bad seasons, the press conferences, all of the people holding the ball at the exact same time made me want to throw up in my mouth a little bit. Finally, we're at a place, maybe not exactly where we want to be. Of course, we can make changes to be a better team. But where we are now, I never thought a few years ago that we would be here in 3 or 4 years' time. Never thought it was possible. We have to give credit where it's due. Who deserves the credit? In my head, Jalen Brunson, Leon Rose, this Knicks front office, and somebody else. Tom Thibodeau. You can hate it, you can love it, but one of the main reasons we have been able to win, continue to win, and keep that winning culture is because of Thibs. So you can be on the fence with it if you like. You can want changes if you like. But just like everybody else, you have to acknowledge the good and the bad. If you acknowledge one more than the other, you're really doing a disservice to yourself and to head coach Tom Thibodeau. But thank you guys so much for your comments. Thank you for voting. And thank you for allowing me to give you guys this type of content. I know it's a little bit different, but let me know in the comments. Do you enjoy these type of videos? If you do, I promise you, I will continue to make more of them. But thank you guys again. Make sure you leave those comments. And of course, guys, smash that like button as well too. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I also want to give a major shout out to the community. We hit our goal of 25,000 subscribers recently. It has been a goal of mine to reach this milestone, and I'm so happy we were able to do it. We have another goal coming up, and that goal is 50,000 subscribers. They said we couldn't do 5. We hit 5. We couldn't do 10. We hit 10. You can't do 20. We hit 20. And now we recently hit 25. Now they're saying we can't hit 50. You know what? Challenge accepted. Our next goal is 50,000 subscribers. And hopefully you guys will continue to support us as we try to reach this next massive milestone. Thank you guys again. Peace and love. And I will catch you guys on the other side.